Okay, let me give you a brief presentation about Dsconsulting. If you want to know a little bit more about Dsconsulting, go visit my website on www.dsconsulting.org.uk or send me an email on info@dsconsulting.org.uk. Now, let's start the presentation. Okay, this is actually the process of Dsconsulting. First, we start with a job briefing, so we need to understand the definition and the needs, and very important part of it is to understand the nature of the organization of the company in order to do something more and to know a little bit more about how the company is, to understand actually the culture of the company, also the nation, which is very important. Then we go back to the job. Then we go to the job description. Then we get a definition of the strategy and the job posting. So we get the definition actually of strategy. What it means is actually I need to understand the strategy, how to put a better job description, how to approach directly the talent, and then we do on job posting. Then we define actually where we can put a job posting. And the job posting is next, which is actually the use of social media and community groups on the web. We need to understand what groups and what community would be approached to that. For example, I'm looking for a SAP programmer, for example. I'm going to Facebook and I'm going to search for SAP, and probably I'm going to have a bunch of groups that are related to SAP, and probably there would be there a programmer that's very interesting to the job position, for example. I'm going to talk with him. So that's very important to understand that the job posting is actually a very important part of the job, which is actually to understand actually what group do I have to approach, what social network do I have to approach. Would it rather be a LinkedIn? Would it rather be Facebook or something, which is very important for that. The next step would be benchmarking. Actually, I put benchmarking after the job posting because benchmarking is actually at the same time. What do I mean by benchmarking? To understand the competitors of the company. If company X is calling me and they say, well, I'm looking for people, most probably I'm looking for people from the competitors because they bring know-how from the competitors, which is very important for the company. So I'm going to do some kind of a research, a study. Based on that, I'm going to see exactly what company do I have to approach to in order to find the correct talent for them. Then after the benchmark, which could be a channel as well for resourcing, I'm going to the online search, which is actually the action. On the online search, I'm going to define actually a shortlist based on the talent search that I've done on different channels and different social networks. I've mentioned here LinkedIn, Zoomio, Plaxo, Kasaiku, Xing, and Viadeo Academy, and Facebook. Why? Because the first ones are professional networks, and the last one is not a professional network. Facebook does not profile itself as a professional network, but it is an interesting social network, which not only because it has 170 million people connected to Facebook, it's because you can approach people in a different way, in a different pattern, same level and same scale. You can go to groups and find groups. You can go to fan base. You can contact people directly. You can do something that's very important, which is called crowdsourcing. You can ask a friend of a friend of a friend if you know someone who is very talented on some particular matter. The next step would be the selection. I told you before that I've done, based on an online search, I've done a first shortlist, which is around 25 people or something. Some sort of 25 people around. The selection would be actually the first contact. On first contact, based on the shortlist I've mentioned earlier, on the first shortlist, I'm going to contact people one by one. What I'm going to do is to contact them by Skype. What I'm going to do is contact them by phone, by email, whatever. I'm going to contact them and to understand a little bit more about their background. I sort of curriculum, I sort of profile on those social networks, but that's not enough. I need to understand better the person. I need to understand what are his ambitions. For example, he's been whole his life an account manager. He doesn't want to be account manager. He just want to be something else, probably. So if you base yourself on a profile and a curriculum, then most probably you are wrong. Actually, it's on 50-50. On 50% of the cases, you are wrong about the person itself. The ambitions of the persons need to be followed as well. So I need to get first contact with the person. The list of 25 people will be shorter than the first shortlist. So it's going to be, instead of 25, it's going to be like 10 maximum. The creation of the shortlist at the end will be actually the complete report and the end shortlist of candidates. Based on that, we're going to organize the event. The event would be actually the interview with the client itself, no matter where in the world. Okay. Next slide. I'll give you a brief presentation about the job briefing and the job description, the job briefing, introduction, company, the company name. The need actually is the job title and the job description, which is very important. And I've used actually about job, I used the picture of Charlie Chaplin in the modern times. The job posting, as I said earlier, the online job placement and posting on major community sites and groups on social networking sites, it's very important to understand. The benchmark instead of main competitors and report, which I'm going to report to the client. If he does not know, most of companies, a lot of companies know exactly what are the main competitors. What I mean by benchmarking and main competitors is on two levels. The first level will be on the products and services of the company, which is actually must be similar. And the second would be most probably on the employee branding part. Probably it's very important. For example, there are people that have a job that can be on every sector in the world, on every company in the world. I'll give you an example. Someone is specialized in marketing, for example, would be everywhere, would be on this place everywhere. But what is important for the marketing, which is not the sector, but is the employee branding. Is the company good enough for me? And based on that, I'm going to see what are the main competitors of the company inside the employee branding branch, which is also very important. Then the selection and candidate search. Use of own database and online social or professional networks. I give you a few numbers which are probably outdated. LinkedIn is about 35 million, which is right now around approximately 40 million professional profiles. Saying is 6 million, but they are stating that they have 7 million. Facebook's not 140, but 170 million people are connected. So the selection would be the first contact with potentials. And I used, of course, several media, several different social networking sites. Then at the end comes the shortlist. After the first screen, creation of a report and a shortlist of potential candidates. This is part of it. This is the most important part, which I'm going to send the final shortlist after the first screen to the client. The client is going to review it, and then based on that, we're going to organize the event for the job interview. So that's it for the presentation about Dsconsulting. Please, I repeat, please visit my website on www.dsconsulting.org.uk or contact me at info@dsconsulting.org.uk. In case you would like to register yourself to a business network which is related to Dsconsulting, go to www.kasaiku.com. Okay, thank you folks. See you.